Hi, this is Connie with ClickyChickCreates.com, and I am going to attempt to do a fast plan with me this week. I was planning, I'm so excited for that we have the new month and the new colors, and I was excited to use these colors. These are stickers that I have in my Etsy shop, Clicky Chick Creates, and I was excited to work with these. And then I had this like burst of inspiration to do a 4th of July color scheme. So I will come back to these starting next week, and I will end up using these for the month. And I have several different sticker sheets using this color palette. I absolutely love it. It complements this lime and kind of eggplant, mulberry kind of color scheme so beautifully. So anyways, we'll come back to those next plan with me. But let me move this stuff out of the way and get started, because like I said, I was inspired to do something patriotic. So part of my inspiration actually came from this cute sticker set just from Michael's. And I don't know, the whole patriotism color scheme called to me. So the first thing I'm going to do, since this is so tied in with these colors, I don't know what I'm going to do down here, but for the letters, I'm actually going to just color them in with a blue marker. So hopefully my head won't get in the shot here. And honestly, it's really late. It's like almost midnight, so my eyes are probably gonna be sleepy on me and not do the best job. I'm gonna end up doing a red, white, and blue color scheme. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna pull this in more. I'm having a hard time seeing it that far. I'm getting old. And this color that I'm using is kind of a slate blue, I guess you'd say. There was another blue that I had tested, and it was turning too purplish. So I wanted it to just, if it had more gray in it, I was fine with that. All right, so now those letters are all covered over. I'm gonna grab a my little banner flag. I think I'm going to do how I usually cover these up. I think I'm actually going to cover these with the little pennant. We'll see how it turns out. This might not end up being my favorite layout ever, but when inspiration hits, you just got to go with it. All right, so like usual, I'm going to use some washi tape to create masks. And I had some leftover sticker paper, so I'm just going to use that. So it should be easy for that to come off. And this one will definitely end up being longer than just one piece of washi. So I am going to overlap these. And I think 2 should do it, but we'll have to take a look. Oops, I got a little bit stuck. Uh-oh. What's going on? I got a little bit stuck on that side. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut that part off. Okay, let's see. I won't be able to go all the way up with it, but that's okay. So I will do 4 and then end up moving those over. For some reason, each time it seems to be getting caught on this right side. Right, just a little snip, snip. Okay, we should be good with that. Yeah, and if those aren't absolutely straight, that's okay. It's still gonna look pretty. Oh, and this is from American Craft. I think it's a 1-inch little flag punch, and I picked that up at Target fairly recently, so they should still have that. Although my local Target is really scaling back the scrapbooking section, which was sad for me when I saw that. My local scrapbook store went out of business from the brick and mortar sense. She still has an online store. But I used to teach there, and I don't like when local scrapbook stores go out of business. I just don't like it. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is I'm going to do this section in blue ink, and I'm going to do the same kind of technique that I just did. I don't know if it's actually going to work. What I was thinking was using a punch to do stars, but now that I think about it, actually one strip on these should be more than enough because these are little guys. But I don't know if these little punches are going to be able to go through this. But let's give it a try. Oh yeah, easy peasy. I feel like I'm playing Operation from my childhood. I'm expecting to hear the bzzz. Alright, and I'm going to stick a bunch of these down just randomly. I think what I will do is go ahead and mask that off as of that point, and then I am going to put one here, put a little bit lower. This is crazy, but I swear I could totally hear you girls yelling at me through the video telling me a better way to do this. Okay, so obviously I'm going to use red, white, and blue. And for my blue, I'm going to use Salty Ocean Distress Ink. And for red, I'm going to use Festive Berries. So I'm going to grab my Stenciling blending tool, and that's what I was using with more of turquoise color, so I'm just going to swap that for a blue, and while I'm here I'm going to grab my red. Where it is? There it is. All right. So I'm going to just take my tool with the foam on there, pounce into my ink, I have all the masking down that I want, but what I am going to do, one thing, let me take some of this stuff off of here. I'm going to flip this, set this page down alone, and then ink is going to get onto my craft mat. And as long as I wipe that off, it shouldn't get on any of the other pages. All right, so now I'm just gonna go through and pounce. And that's a little bit more sky blue than I wanted. I'm gonna add another a little bit of chipped sapphire on top, just to give it a little more, a little bit darker blue. There we go. That was more what I was going for. All right. So those went away, and you could see that I have ink there. So I'm just going to grab the baby wipe and wipe that away, or else it'll end up getting on the back of my other pages. And that's a little bit wet, so I want to make sure that I don't put this back down onto it right now. But I'm going to go ahead and move this so you can see what we got so far. And these are going to have ink on them. The star, well, the tape that's making the star masks. So make sure if you do something like this that you clean your fingers off. See all the ink on my fingertips? And I haven't done anything else inky today, so this is literally just from right now. So if I were to touch, I would end up smearing ink on my paper, so just be careful about that. So now the rest of this, I'm going to grab another one of these and block that off at the bottom, and then I will, actually these I can go ahead and take off because I will end up putting on the other side. So let me lift that. Oh, how cute does that look? I should probably just go ahead and put it on the other side since I'm already flipping it, or taking it off, I should say. And again, just trying to make sure that's centered on there as much as possible. You see what I was saying? I would get blue ink, and there I just did drats. Oh well. Because there's ink on the sticker itself. So I should probably next time make sure that I do actually use, just pop out 7 of these so there is no residue left. Oops, that one's going a bit wonky. And ink again. All right, it is what it is. And I still have to finish this side before I can do the other side. And I'm using up a bunch of these Post-its. They curl, they're sticky on the top. They're from the Target dollar bin. Not the best quality, so I am just going to use up some of these. All right, what I'm going to do here, as you probably guessed, I'm going to do red and white stripes. Oh, and if you hadn't noticed, I'm doing these today without using a stencil. I actually do have a star stencil that I could have used, but I wanted to show you another way of being able to use tools you already have. So I'm sure most of you have washi tape, so you could do this kind of the technique with cutting out, you know, stars if you have a punch, or stars are easy enough to cut out, or whatever punch you might have on hand you can use. So now what we're going to do here is take some washi and make some stripes. So again, I'm going to use just one of my least favorite washis. And I'm going to use my paper trimmer and take a nice strip. Actually, this part is kind of on the short side, so I don't need too big of a strip. That'll be more than enough right there. And I'm going to try and trim a little 1/4 inch section. So the cut line, I hope I'm in front, the cut line is in this center area, and all of these are different markers each, and so I'm going to that first 1/4 inch section. So that should give me a 1/4 inch strip, and I'm going to go across there, and then I'm going to take another strip. So I'm going to move this, and hopefully I'm in frame. I'm going to scooch this down, go to that 1/4 inch line again, take that strip, and just going to try and eyeballing it, try and space them out somewhat evenly. And then this one is actually going to, it might already be a 1/4 inch. Fancy that, it is. Ooh, yikes. So I don't have to trim that one. All right, so again, just kind of eyeballing, trying to make those evenly spread out. Because that's going to be white, I don't actually want to go all the way to the edge. I do want to leave a little bit of edge down here to show through. So that we'll end up seeing a little bit more of the red right there. All right, I think I like that. You know what, actually I'm going to go a little higher on this one and give that bottom space a little bit more space. And bump this one up. Ooh, yikes. The washi just tore. Remember, this is why I don't like this washi. It's cheap. It tears. It's not going to give me a very straight line there. All right, hopefully that fixed it. And then I'm going to bump this one up, like I said, just a tad. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to use Festive Berries and grab my foam, my blending tool, and I just realized I think I grabbed the wrong color, but it should have plenty of red on there now. Oh, and let me pop this over again. Okay. And I'm just going to pounce down on here. And the more that you pounce down on it, the more ink that you're going to apply. So you do have pretty much so control. You can go really light-handed and not put very much on there at all. Or you can go more, you can go heavier handed and like I did and put lots of color on there. And I'm trying to get into that edge there as much as possible. All right, and I need to do the same on the other side. So let me go ahead and lift this. I don't think I was smart enough to make these pieces long enough to cover the other side, but we'll see. You see how you can pretty much so make your own design using this washi if you don't have your hands on any stencils yet. Although I love using stencils. I totally encourage you to give that a go. Oh, it's just ever so short. Yikes. Okay, well, let me think. I do have a sticker I'm going to use. I was thinking using down here, but you know what? Maybe I'll just use it up here this week. What do I want to do? No, I'm going to make some more because I do want to go actually all the way across. So those just go in the trash. But learn from my mistake and make yours long enough because you could just move them on over, Red Rover. Move them on over like George and Wheezy. Okay. It's late. Who am I kidding? I'd be saying that kind of stuff even if it was first thing in the morning. Okay, and I'm going to grab one of these. Oh, I should be taking it from the bottom. I swear sometimes I think my short-term memory is already shot. Okay. I don't know if I like the flags as much there as I liked it on the other side. But what's done is done. Okay. But let's see how that looks. Cute, right? I think so. And I think you'll agree with me. I like it. And even if you're not American, I think that this would be really cute to do with like the, oh, is it called the Union Jack with the X kind of symbol? So I think you could do this with a lot of different flags and have some fun with it, and it would be kind of an easy project to do. All right, so I'm going to bring my cutting board, my paper trimmer back. Let's see if we go. That should be plenty of tape. And if I do it right, I should get 3 even portions at 1/4 inch-ish. All right. Number 1. Winner, chicken dinner. Like I said, try and go about the same spot as I did on the other side. And then the last piece. Just grab that off of here. Okay, so a piece of scratch paper. I'm just gonna cover that up there and pounce, pounce, pounce. And let me clean that up. All right, and I'm going to see if I can go a little bit farther over here. And that should do it. You just want to have kind of a firm grasp on the tape as you pull it, and also holding the paper, the page down. I want it toward there. So let me come from the other side and grab the rest of that. There we go. And let me pick these up. Pretty. Another shape that would have been cute, now that I think about it, instead of these banners, would have been to do stars around the dates. That would have been super cute. So if you haven't started on yours, you could do that. And I'd love to see. So definitely, if you're using any of my inspiration or any of my ideas as inspiration, I would so love to see what you come up with. So please definitely share. Great, so I love this. I hope you do too. Oh, that's from next week. Don't have that wash it in there. I should, so it doesn't slip out. Right, but for now it'll just stay like that. And I was thinking for the bottom, I think what I'm going to do is just use the ink to come over on that area. And for this one, I think I will use a stencil. And I think I'm going to use this one that has kind of a burlap feel. And I think what I'm going to do, let's see, I think I'm just going to actually go with the blue. I think the blue will cover this well. Or work with it well, I should say, because where this is covering it, you're still going to see. So let me grab my blue inks that I used again. Okay, and it was two colors that I had used, Mermaid Lagoon and Chip Sapphire. And let me cover up Festive Berries. Okay, and I'll start with Mermaid, and let me make sure I have this covered up well. Okay, that should be fine right there, and that'll be great. I'm trying to go just to the edge of this, but I'll probably end up going over, and that's okay. Okay, and now I'm going to use some of the Chipped Sapphire. I just realized I have those upside down. Would probably be helpful for you if they were right side up. And these stencils look actually really pretty when you combine different colors. Oh, look at my fingers. They actually look really pretty when you combine different colors. That's kind of funky, isn't it? It's kind of a little bit obnoxious, but it is what it is. Every week's a gamble, right? On how we decorate. I mean, I guess I could just do the same thing week in and week out, but I like mixing it up. And I'm not knocking people who do the same thing week after week. That's the beauty of planners. It's whatever works for us. For me, I just like the creative liberty that the planner gives me. But it's not just black and white. It's something that I can have fun with. All right, again, that was the Mermaid Lagoon, and I'm going to put in some of the chipped sapphire. That is slip sliding all over the place. All right, that should be good. I look like a bad, like a creature from the Black Lagoon or something. Okay. Clean off my fingers a little. Okay. And let me move this out of the way. And this out of the way. Okay. And I do want to do a little border strip there. I think I have a fun border. Yes. I think I'm going to try and use this one. It's an old Heidi Swap stencil. Let's see how we can maybe use this. I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to use it for my border on my notes section. Okay, so it's a little bit weird because it keeps kind of moving. So this one I will hold down with some washi. Just to make sure it doesn't keep wiggling around. Like I said, this one's a little bit weird to work with because it has all these crazy layers. So I'm going to lift that just a touch just to be able to slide that under. And I'm just barely going to go to the edge of that. So yeah, those just go to the edge on both sides. Okay, perfect. And then let me do the same on this one. And then I'm just going to do the same and just pounce some color on there. I just realized I used Mermaid Lagoon on this one, and I actually used Salty Ocean before. I mixed up my colors. But I'm actually going to use, on this, I'm going to use Faded Jeans, yet another blue color. So I'm going to just pounce off some of the color that I have still. Okay. Ooh, I'm not blocking that top part. It's going to block that right there. And on this one, I am just going to go light. Move this one over to down here, and I think I'll come to this here. All right, that should do that. Not liking the way that it just suddenly breaks right there, but I think my sticker should cover that. If not, I might come back. We'll see. Okay, so that's how the week is looking so far. So like I said, not totally loving the bottom, but it is what it is. I wanted to kind of cover up that green. Maybe I should have just done full ink instead of the burlap. Okay, so the next goodies I'm going to do, these are some of my stickers again. So you've seen this one. I've used this one several times on layouts, but I had made this one specifically just for the holiday. So when we were down in Mexico, we were listening to some music, and Janis Joplin came on, and so this is part of her lyrics to, I think it was me and Bobby McGee. It's freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose, and I just liked it. It just felt like 4th of July to me. So let me just pop this down here on the bottom and start planning some of my stuff. So like I said, truth be told, today is actually Tuesday night, so I already know some of the stuff we've already done. Like we had a play date today, kind of a long day of that. It was fun. We went to a movie with, oh, I put that on Wednesday. Oh, but that's actually okay because we are going on a play date tomorrow. I'm actually going to move that one over to here. And I do these so they're kind of ombre'd. So it kind of actually follows the ombre effect down at the bottom. All right, so I'll put those. And then yesterday we actually went to the beach for my husband's birthday. That was what he had wanted to do. His birthday was on Sunday the 29th, but we celebrated on Monday since I had a gig on Sunday. Ooh, I just tore that. Thank goodness it's a sticker and it'll just be camouflaged. Okay. All right, so that's some of the stuff we've already done. And I'm going to add my to-dos and my other goodies. So my to-dos there, and I'm actually going to add my next to-do for the week right next to it. And then I'm actually gonna, since we're going to the fair tomorrow, I know I'm not gonna get very much done. But even though a lot of these aren't day specific, they do just help me get my thoughts together on everything I need to do. So, and with Saturday being 4th of July, we're doing a parade and barbecue with friends, so I know I won't be able to do much that day either. So the good news is that I did finish prettying up my week for this 4th of July week. The bad news is my video died on me. I don't know what happened, but it stopped recording. So I apologize for the abrupt ending, but there's my week, and I have some close-up shots for you to see, some of the different bits and pieces. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something new. If you are inspired to try something, I would love to see and hear about it, so definitely let me know in the comments. If you do like the video, definitely give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, that would be fantastic. So thank you, and I apologize again that the video ended so oddly, but I do have more good news. These stickers that you're seeing are stickers that I have in my shop, and I'm running a 4th of July sale, so that you can get a $5 off $25 purchase if you use the code America5, or if you're inspired to buy more stickers and goodies, you can use code America10 for $10 off a $50 purchase. Alright, so go shop! Thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful, blessed, and very safe, happy 4th of July. Thanks. Bye-bye.